Okay, this is ArtisanTony, and this is going to be one of the first little video snippets. It's part of the How to Build Your Own Home course, and right now these are kind of open to the public until I get this thing up and running. One of the first things you'll find sometimes is that a vacant piece of property. And by the way, this is the neat little modern house we're going to build on this piece of property. But this piece of property has always been vacant, and so it doesn't have an address. And so one of the things you most likely will have in your county is a GIS system. Let's go to that right quick, and you can search this for your own county. We have the GIS stands for Geographical Information or Geographic Information System, and we've had this for, oh good Lord, 15 or 20 years. It started out kind of crude, and now it's grown into this really cool thing, a good resource for everyone in the county. And so I've kind of gotten used to knowing my county. I've lived here for 50 years, so I can kind of zoom in. This is Hamilton County. I can kind of get close here, usually to where I'm going. It's funny because in Chattanooga we have the Tennessee River. This is Moccasin Bend, a famous landmark. Here's Lookout Mountain of the Civil War era, Missionary Ridge. And so, you know, we have these landmarks that kind of make it easy for me to get my bearings. And of course, this is north. Let me see if I can zoom in here somewhere close. I'm in Red Bank there. So let's go here, Altamont. Here we go. I'm looking for Crestwood Avenue. Let me back up a little bit here. Here we go. So this is our property that we're building. It's not our property, it's the property that we're building a house for, our customer. And it's been vacant forever, and so it doesn't have an address. And it's it's a little bit of a troubled lot, and that's why these other pieces of property that haven't been built on are very steep and would take a pretty decent amount of money to build on. And this one's similar, but there's an area up near the top here that's not too bad. I got this information, this slope information, off of Google Earth, and that's something we'll talk about in a different video, a different class, of how to get rough information about your property as far as grades go. But this area here should be okay. So I found the property, and you can see here it has a tax map and parcel number. Okay, what we want is an address. Okay, so you can click on each address and you can find out who the property owner is and all that. So I clicked on our property, then I contacted our Development Resource Center. It's kind of a hub. Let's just see if we can find it right quick. Years ago, we used to have all of our departments in different areas. Well, that's weird. They're showing the back of the building. Let's go down the street here. This is one thing that's cool about Google Earth. You can just kind of drive around on your computer. I'll show you. I don't know why they're showing the back of the building. It's really, this is the St. John's Hotel. It's kind of a historic place here in Chattanooga. I actually helped the owner, a friend of mine who owns that building. As an architect, I helped him evaluate the building before he bought it. This is the front of the Development Resource Center. Very nice building. As I was saying earlier, years ago we had all of our building inspection, planning agencies, all that in different buildings. And now we have one big place where the public can come and, you know, get building permits, get addresses for your property. The GIS people are here. There's just all kinds of things here. If you're developing property or a taxpayer, you can come here. So I contacted Michael he works in the GIS department. So he sent this form, and basically it's just an address request form. And here's the proposed address. And the way he came up with that is basically just using a little bit of logic. Here's 2850 and here's 2860. I was surprised with the spread between these addresses. I think it is because of the geography of the land. I'm not sure they were expecting people to build too much on this property. But anyway, so we had our pick up between 2850 and 2860. And so me being sort of a weirdo, I went to Google and typed in what is the meaning of the number 2854. And funny enough, I came up with angel number. So I'm not sure what this is all about. This is basically just a little bit of humor to inject into a boring process. I mean, numerology is kind of fun, so it's kind of fun to kind of play around with numbers. I especially like even numbers. Anyway, one of the fun things about this process is getting to choose your address, or possibly getting to choose it. Sometimes you don't have a choice. There may be only one number that would fit in between these two houses, but in this case, we're good. So numerology aside, at least it's not the devil's number. We're going to go back to our form here, and literally all I have to do is sign this form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print it out and sign it and scan it and send it back to Michael, and that'll be that. I suppose, unless you live in the outback in Australia, that the printer's going crazy over there, that you have a graphical or a geographical information system in your county, I'd go check it out. You never know when you might need to get information about property, adjacent properties. And again, a lot of this we'll look at closer when we're looking at how to evaluate property when we're purchasing it. This is just a quick snippet on how to get an address. So I'm going to go now because the printer is making lots of noise. Thanks, guys.